So welcome to another episode of Why Entrepreneurship. Today we're actually going to talk about why entrepreneurship. What does that mean? What does entrepreneurship means? A lot of people have been asking me on Facebook that question over and over. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to actually record that video in time and share that with you. But we're going to discuss today, what does entrepreneurship mean? It's the most asked question on my page. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So before we get started, we need to talk about both business and entrepreneurship. It's two types of forms of business, but one is more powerful than the other. So the first thing we need to understand, traditional business is what everybody knows, the brick and mortar business. But on this platform, we're always going to talk about 21st century way of doing business, meaning that we have to see where the future of the market is going, where the economy is moving, to do business and do it properly. One of the things in my MLM book I wrote is, are you recession proof? And I'll actually do a show on that topic in the future, so you can click on it when it's available as well. But in talking about entrepreneurship, traditionally a business owner has a business, creates a business, or have always dreamed about a business, and it's all about them. It's basically a one-man show per se. Even though they may have staff, or it may be just one of them themselves or consulting, it's still a one-man show in the sense that, in comparison to actually entrepreneurship, because that business is 100% of the income is coming from that one source of business generated, one storefront, one business model, one line of services or products that they're offering. So an entrepreneur is more or less laser focused on building that one business. An entrepreneur, on the other hand, is the opposite, is more or less believing in the concept of multiple streams of income, and therefore is not reliant on one business model and doesn't believe in that one business model concept. They may start off with one business model, but they'll develop more businesses along the way and create multiple streams of income for them. Because some of the things that people don't understand today about business is that the business doesn't have to be all about you, or in the sense that it's all about controlling everything. Some people, when I talk about the Robert Kiyosaki's philosophy of the ESBNI quadrant, I'll briefly mention that a little bit and talk about that, because it's very important, because entrepreneurs actually live on that BNI section versus a business owner is usually in the ENS section. Because an entrepreneur basically, is focused not on the business per se, but developing business products, business ideas, concepts, or enhancing those businesses to the future, or allowing it to become automated, or leverage themselves with employees, staff, management per se, or have a business that it doesn't rely 100% on their input, their time consumption. Because entrepreneurs are really concerned about time management versus business owners. They may say the same thing, but it's not really true. Their time management revolves around how much control they have of that business, of overseeing everything. If something needs to get signed, it has to come to the boss, the manager, the owner of that business. It's rarely where the manager gets to make management decisions per se and has stuff delegated to themselves. So a traditional business owner has that one business. They created that business, they understand the business model very well, but that's all they do. Worst case scenario, they'll probably expand, have a second one, but majority of business owners do not have more than one businesses or the same line of business in a different location. They just tend to have that one business in that one place they created and content with that. And that's the key word, they're content, versus an entrepreneur is not content. They're always looking for the next thing. They're always desiring more to expand, to grow. Money is no limit to them, versus a business owner probably have a set limit, the contentment of happiness or satisfaction of accomplishment because their business has reached a certain level of success. An entrepreneur, on the other hand, have a different mindset of leverage and multiple streams of income. So there's no cap on themselves. They don't allow themselves to have a cap or say, is that all I can do? Because all you have to do, is duplicate yourself, duplicate the service, duplicate the product, increase the amount of offering that they have. And that's what leverages a business owner. Now, some people say, well, maybe there's one that's good and one that's better. But more importantly, the 21st century, the way business is being done today, and the things I've come to understand the last few years of studying internet marketing and online businesses and getting ready to provide a lot of training to you all, you need to understand that you as a business owner, if you have a business right now, you need to be moving your business to where it can be self-sufficient, where it's not dependent on you. One of the things I'm big on is legacy. Business owners can say they have a legacy plan. Usually they don't. An entrepreneur does have a legacy plan, because an entrepreneur has no problem to letting go and letting someone else take over and lead. A business owner tend to have, this is my baby, I created this, so therefore they tend to, want to hold on to it. They want to oversee things. They may say that they're on vacation or they're away or they're retired, but they're still 100% locked into the day-to-day operation of the business. An entrepreneur couldn't really care less, because they trust the staff members. They pay them well, they pay the leadership well to actually lead that business model the way they see fit. And they may check on it once in a while, but they're not glued to the day-to-day operation or consumed by the data or the minutia of the business, because they're off to building something else. And that's because they have systems. They believe in the concept of systems in place. A business owner may have a system, that works for them. But if that system is working very well, why not duplicate it? Why not expand it? Why not add another layer of that to it, which is expanding your business, add another service offering? A business owner doesn't think like that. And so in the 21st century, the way business is moving towards, and it's already there, folks, you have to understand the importance how to build a business properly. I always say today to people, first of all, is your business recession proof, which is another show I'll talk about in detail, because it's so important to understand having a recession proof business model. And that's part of that philosophy of a 21st century entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur is not limited to their location, to their geography, or to their intellectual limitation or lack of or more of. They understand the power of outsourcing. They understand the power of leveraging and finding good talented people to do those things that they need them to do. A business owner wants to do everything themselves. One of the things in my network marketing side of things, we use the language of sea urchins, whales, dolphins, and sharks. So most of the time, analytical people are the sea urchins. And those are the type of people in business that's trapped. Because a lot of people who say they want to start their own business, start their own business, and let's say they're successful at it, but they never understand the concept of true leverage of business, where the goals and agendas. So that's why I say, set a vision, maybe write your business plan down and have an idea of what is the end game. What do you want to get out of that business? And if it's more time freedom, then design your business to be able to give you that time freedom. Most of us who are business owners, we are control freaks, we are analytical, we are smart at the same time, which is nothing against that. But at the same time, they don't understand the power of leverage, because they have to know every detail. They have to control every aspect of the business. Not too many people are willing to let go. I would say let go and let God, to bless you, to let you have more in abundance. Most business owners, because it's their baby, and I understand the attachment of a baby, something that you gave birth to, and that's powerful. And actually, that's one of the philosophies for a book that I'm writing for relationship that talks about that, why it's important for men. But in the sense of a business owner, they have their head down. Now, the most dangerous thing today, where the economy is and what's going on with the economy today, a business owner cannot afford to have their head down. What does that mean? That they're not doing nothing? No, it means that they're so busy wrapped up into their business, they don't understand what the competitors are doing, they don't understand what the change in the marketplace is doing, or if that business model is still working for them. Sometimes it depends on the kind of business you're in. I'm in the technology field, information age, so information changes fast. So if I'm not up to date in my business and what's going on out there, I'm missing out. And also I'm failing my customers and my clients. And therefore I cannot provide, enough resources enough information for me to know what is the next move that I need to do to make my business successful and grow. Because business owners are so stuck and focused on surviving sometimes, not expanding the business, but just surviving, because their limitation is based on what they can think of. Therefore, they're not willing to always have the resources, the people they need to bring into their business to have the success they need. So therefore, their vision, how they started out the business, is usually how they end the business, because time has changed and shifted, momentum, desires, interests, and most importantly, let me close with this. If you are a business owner, you don't understand the mentality and the direction of how millennial young folks today want to do business, want to be a client, a customer of yours, you have failed automatically. I guarantee you have failed, because it is so vastly different than what you're so used to. Because majority of the people right now are baby boomers who have traditional brick and mortar business. Entrepreneurs of the 21st century do not believe in that philosophy. I've never really believed in that philosophy myself. I'm not a baby boomer, I'm not a millennial, but I understand the vision. And today, what I've seen, like I said, I've done a lot of training last year. Millennials have taken it to the next level, and it's kind of on steroids per se. So millennials, to sum it up, they have all the advantage right now. And so based on how you are developing on lack of development of your business, you need help. And some of the things I'm seeing right now is very scary, because many of these traditional business companies, owners, they don't understand how things are being done. They don't understand apps. This is why in the coming months, as you see more and more videos, so definitely subscribe, hit that alert button so you can know when I have shows, because I'm going to provide a lot of in-depth training of information to help you understand apps, to help you understand certain websites, and it's one of them I'm using now, that will help you grow your business to the 21st century. Because things that are changing, like I always say, if you didn't have a web page back in the 2000s, late 1990s, you are out of business. Today, you might still be thinking about, I'm optimizing my website. That's old news. There's something new and better that's out there. And so you have to understand these things. You have to gear towards the market. Not that the baby boomer generation is all forgotten. They're doing something totally different, and there's more money being made off the baby boomers. But again, it depends on the niche you are in. But understand that the 21st century, how things are moving faster, and if you have a vision of long-term longevity, legacy, which is something that's big and important to me, you will not sit there and let your business just catering to that generation that's fading out, that's dying off. Now, if you have services and businesses that you're offering to them, that's fine. But you also cannot forget the new age, the fast money of the millennial generation, and how they actually are attracting themselves to businesses, to services, and consuming things. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. I know this video was very long, but I hope you got a lot of in-depth information about that. I have a different version of that video. It's much shorter, so you can check it out. But I definitely wanted to make sure you fully understand what it means to be an entrepreneur. There's a lot to an entrepreneur, but this is the first step to understanding the big difference between being a business owner and being an entrepreneur. And if you haven't read Robert Kiyosaki's book, basically he has tons of valuable information, and I'll leave those links in the video below. And you could actually get my book, Why Entrepreneurship, What Is It All About, Part 1. And I'll be doing other videos as well on that to break down the book for you. And again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and definitely follow me on my other social media platforms.